I decided what a better way to celebrate my wife's birthday than to take her to the cemetery and not tell her why we're going to go there on a cold day and make her stand there in front of these strangers' grave sites and tell her the story.
I actually thought for a moment that we're just passing through the cemetery to get to something else. It never occurred to me that that was part of the pit stop, or that was the pit stop.
My friend and I made a time one morning to go down to the Missouri Valley Room, and we started looking into stuff into our houses, and there was a lot of information there. There's a lot of stuff online, just public record, and luckily the people who lived here had done enough in life and in business to have left a trail through history. So we started looking at photos beyond just the tax assessment photos of neighborhoods. Sanborn insurance maps show a snapshot of what a neighborhood looks like at different times through history. I looked at the microfilm for the Kansas City directories to see at each year who was living here, and it had a lot of aerial photos and very large photos, and some what were called vertical files that are on many of the different neighborhoods. And one of the best things about these resources is that the library has scanned many of them into very high resolution, digital files that you can purchase for a small fee and then use them, for a project like what I did. Even though I was at the library for a few hours doing research, I was able to continue that research at home because a lot of that had been converted over to the digital files. But I knew that I wanted to try to put this information together in a way to present to her. And we had recently replaced some of the windows in our home, and so we had one of the window frames from my son's room, actually, that's about 4 feet wide. And I knew that could hold a lot of information that would be, like a picture or something printed off.
We stopped, we get out of the truck, and we're at this gravesite. I don't recognize the names. There are several of them, and a large headstone for the father, and he starts to tell me the story of the McPikes and how they started the pharmaceutical company and all of the little stories that went with the siblings. And then he asked, "Do you know why we're here?" And I was like, "No, I don't." And he said, "Well, these are the people who built our house." And then in the truck bed, he had the gift for me, and so he pulled it out and gave it to me in the cemetery right at the gravesite. But it's a fun enough story that we've told it a lot, actually. I mean, it's really neat to find that about your house. You just think it's your house, it's your home, but maybe there's nothing like super special about it. So to find that it was built by some really successful, somewhat prominent Kansas Cityans, and we love the home, it just makes it's a fun story to tell.